So the CrossFit Open is fast approaching, and this is the time of year where maybe people can get a little bit stressed about the nutrition, maybe start worrying about kind of things to change or things to add in or things to remove. So here's a couple of tips just to make sure that you're focusing on the things that are actually going to make a difference. So the CrossFit Open is obviously, most people do it on a Friday. And this is where you want to be thinking about kind of starting your nutrition strategy to lead into the Open, maybe on that Wednesday or Thursday, just so you're not chasing it on that kind of night before or even the day of. So if you do it in the morning on the Friday, then making sure that you are kind of drip feeding your muscles a little bit more kind of calories, maybe a little bit more carbohydrates in the kind of maybe 48 hours preceding that, then that would be a kind of sensible strategy as opposed to kind of leaving it to the night before or trying to even chase it on the morning of. If you're training in the evening, then again, don't kind of think about, right, Friday's the day that I'm going to fuel up. Like, you should be kind of like topping up on the Friday as opposed to kind of chasing it. So think about kind of like maybe the Wednesday evening, kind of starting kind of adding a little bit more in. And you should be taking a slightly lower intensity day on a Thursday anyway. So if you ate to your normal kind of training, hard training day kind of targets, then you're naturally going to be having that slightly kind of increased kind of carbohydrates, slightly increased calories. So you should be in a fueled state ready for that Friday. The main thing that we see with clients as well is changing their structure or changing their routine. Like, if you've been training in the morning, then stick to training in the morning. Like, you found a nutrition structure that works. You've maybe done an open workouts before, so this is not the time to be thinking that I'm going to change my time of training or like mess with your routine. So over the next kind of maybe week, 10 days, is just to practice any small changes. So if you normally train fasted and maybe the workout is slightly longer, maybe it's 20 minutes, maybe it's a 20-minute AMRAP or something like this, then practice something that you might be able to kind of add in, such as a liquid-based nutrition or a small snack, just to give you that little extra on the competition day. But practice that over the next kind of 10 days, week, and then review it each week to how did you feel. So some of the workouts will only be kind of 6-7 minutes, and depending on your skill level, you might not even actually kind of deplete your energy levels as much as you think. So you don't necessarily need to be thinking about massive changes. It's just about kind of maybe a little bit trial and error, finding what works, so you have a couple of strategies to use over the weekend. So if you're training in the evening, again, making sure that you are not going long periods without eating leading into the workout. We're going to do a little video on kind of like pre-workout nutrition and some bits and pieces, but you've got to fuel the fight. Like, the workout is there to be attacked. It's not something that you want to be thinking about, I'll kind of like restrict my intake beforehand and then I'll just load up and worry about my post-workout nutrition. Like, the fight is done. Like, you need the fuel going into the workout. This is so important for the open workouts. So if you train in the evening, making sure that you have a nutrition structure to follow in that afternoon, that you don't go from like lunch, you spend 4 or 5 hours, get caught in meetings, or you're out and you forget to eat, and then you're chasing it kind of that half an hour, 40 minutes before the workout. So just make sure that you have a bit of a nutrition strategy kind of leading into the evening workouts, and then hopefully then you'll remove the decision stress of what you've got to eat and when you've got to eat. So I hope that helps, guys. We do have a free nutrition guide on the website, so if you do want to kind of have a little bit more in-depth information, then just check that out.